Hey guys, welcome to Gear Cage Tips. If you want to have an awesome and well-maintained camera gear storage, this is the video for you. In this video, I'll share with you some top gear cage tips from equipment managers around the world. We'll talk about how to organize your shelves, label your assets, assemble kits, and much more. I'm Anna from Check Room. If you'd like to get some more tips and tricks on equipment management, click the subscribe button below. For now, let's get started. Our first tip comes from Kevin, an equipment manager with Attention located right in LA. He'll show us how to categorize and label our camera gear.
One of the things I learned definitely is make sure everything's, make labels. So the more you can kind of categorize things and break things out and label your bins, it makes coming into your space and grabbing things a lot easier, and it makes you feel more organized. So somebody's not like, hey, do you happen to have, an adapter for this camera? And you go, yes, I should, but I'm not sure where it is. If you have a home or a spot designated for different pieces of gear, you can be like, yes, I have that. Let me grab it from the shelf for you. And you don't have to kind of scramble to find something and you have somebody waiting on you.
All right, put a label on it.
Yes,
Nice.
yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
One other thing that I've done to make sure our gear always comes back to us, I've made sure that our gear is labeled with our branding. Everything has different labels. Sometimes I spray paint things with our Attention logo. I just find ways to make sure that if it's out in the field, somebody sees it and goes, okay, this belongs to Attention and this belongs to Rental House A or that belongs to Rental House B. So one of the cool things I've done is I've made sure to get branded stickers that I can use differently for different purposes. So like when I'm building out a kit, let's say, I think this is our Teradek here. Yeah, so this is our Teradek kit. I basically made a sticker with our logo, and then this side is just white. And basically I just use a P-Touch with the name of the item. So when I'm grabbing it off the shelf, I know exactly what I'm picking up. This also helps in the field. So from afar, you can see, oh, this case belongs to Attention. Something else I've done is like for our camera cases here, anything that, I have labels, P-Touch labels here on the side. So this is C300 Kit 3, C300 Kit 4. I've made sure that wherever you pick up an item, you can see what it is, what it belongs to.
Yeah, keep things organized and yeah, make sure that you know what it is that's in there, is defined.
So like these are the like the blank labels. And basically you can just reuse these and you can put, whatever you want to label on this side. This has been great. So I can just like rebuild kits and just reuse the stickers and I don't have to like throw anything away.
For the full gear room tour at Attention, check out the video here. But wait, don't go yet. We have some awesome tips and tricks for you still. Tip 2 and 3 come from Ronnie. He works with Media Monks, a global creative production company, and he always keeps his equipment room in top-notch condition. Let's check it out.
So I think the first tip is try to be organized every single day. The more you do every day, the less it comes like a clutter, and then you can like oversee stuff. If I'm not doing it for a whole week, then everything is in a different location, everything is disorganized, and it gets really difficult to get enough motivation to put everything back together. Also making kits for logical things, so you don't have to grab things out of one bag to complete another kit. So I have a lot of double similar items, so I don't have to like raid one bag to get the other bag like fully complete.
One of our favorite tips about camera kits comes from Yellows, a super cool and creative photography studio located in Copenhagen.
Those are images of what our kits should contain. We have some Phase 1 cameras and some Canons and other cameras as well, but for our assistants, when they need to pack a kit, if you book a kit, they can see exactly what needs to be in it. So you're not out on location and missing a single cable.
Carrying on with organizing the gear cage itself, Christian has a really great tip on keeping all the small parts together nice and tidy.
Yeah, we bought these cases for things, both these big front-runner cases and also small plastic cases for different items. Like for instance, filters. It's a big mess down here, but that's where all the filters are, and this is extra things for Phase 1 cameras. So that is, instead of just putting on a shelf, we have a messy place to put it, but we know where it's supposed to go.
We still have some great tips left, so don't go anywhere. We're coming back with Kevin with San Bernardino Valley College, who will show us about labeling our gear cage shelves.
But you know, we try to label things where they need to go, which helps myself and students who might be helping, so they kind of know where things go. This big case actually is a DJI Inspire, so it's one of our newer equipment that we just got. So it's a drone, and so you know, right now we just have kind of like labels for things, but those need to be updated. But so we try to do it categorically. So it's like cables, cameras, lights, all expendable and grip.
And here come Kevin's top 2 tips for equipment managers.
Patience, right? You don't have to have it figured out right out of the gate. Kind of test things out, put things where they are. If it works, great, keep it. If it doesn't, make a change, adapt, you know? So that's a big part of it, especially with this level of gear. We have so much. Sometimes we kind of put something somewhere and then we kind of force it in that space, but then it's like, that doesn't work, let's put it over here. So a lot of it's that too. And then really just, you know, having, I think, people delegated to equipment checkout. So that way there is at least one person who truly understands the flow of the equipment room, and kind of, you know, when things get broken, they're right on, you know, reordering or replacing that gear. But even then, you know, it's always still a work in progress, so.
Check out this next tip from a huge production house in Belgium, DB Video.
I think the most important thing for equipment managers is try to put everything on wheels. We're pushing equipment in and out many times a day, every day in the week, and we really spare our backs with it. It's much more efficient, it's much more easy if you have wheels underneath everything.
And last but not least, a tip on how to keep everything under control comes from Jason, who handles live production for over 500 churches in the state of Oklahoma.
My first tip would be don't underestimate the value of inventory tracking. I think you may think, well, we've only got, 10 or 12 or 15 items. It's like they all sit on one shelf. It's super easy to know where they are. You'll be surprised how quickly 10 items turns into 20 and 20 turns into 30 and so on and so forth. That's definitely what happened for us. And over time, it just becomes harder to keep track of where all that equipment went. So I would just say, don't be afraid to get some kind of inventory tracker. And if you're in a position where you do check out equipment all the time, using some kind of system that automates a lot of your workflows is very valuable because it saves so much time.
That was it. The equipment managers in this video have more tips on how to organize your camera gear storage. Feel free to check it out on our series, My Room or Yours. Until next time, see ya. Oh my God, okay. Assemble kits. Ah! Yes. Am I like doing too much like cheese at the end? No. It's fine, okay.